to explain on the important parameters related to oven. So as you see from the video I showed presented by my students previously, we have been using a capillary column in our modern world, okay? Because capillary column is more efficient as compared to packed column, but it is more expensive, of course. So inside oven, as well as the capillary column exists inside there, we have two kind of separation modes. You already covered this last time. I just want to recap, and then we go towards the more fascinating parts, which is the troubleshooting, okay, which is not included in last semester's class. So first we have isothermal. Okay, isothermal means that the temperature is fixed throughout the separation, and this is applicable for simple mixtures. But you have to define what is simple mixtures. Okay, but the rule of thumb is that anything anything containing 3 analytes and lower, that is called as simple mixtures. And if the 3 analytes is in a simple sample, such as drinking water or beverages, it can be identified by simple mixtures. Okay, means that throughout the separation, okay, from 0 to 20 minutes, for example, okay, so if let's say the component of analyte is volatilized up to 200 degrees C, means that from 0 to 20 minutes, for example, you will use 230 volt to elute the analyte out. Okay, from 0 to 20 minutes, you are using the same 230 degrees C from 0 to 20. Okay, and then what if you have a sample that is not simple? Okay, basically it's a complex mixture lah. So what is the meaning of complex mixture? I can say that if anything more than 3 and up to hundreds of analytes. So we do have a sample that contain like hundreds or 200s of analytes. And how do we do that with only using the same temperature in the beginning? Because if you have like 3 to 10 analyte, for example, if the first 5 analyte, the boiling point is 210, while the other 5 is having boiling point around 250. So you cannot use 230, for example, to vaporize the 250. It's not going to work because they will still be in non-volatilized state. Okay, so we have to use temperature programming. Okay, we call this as a program temperature mode, whereby the temperature is increased continuously or in steps. Usually we use steps because we want temperature 220 to run for 2 minutes and then and then idle for 2 minutes and then up again, so that we can give the time for the second 5 analyte, the next 5 analytes too can separate in a timely manner. Okay, here. Okay, this already been explained just now. Okay, as for temperature programming, which is very common nowadays, it enables a volatile compound to be resolved at low temperature. To be resolved means that you want to have the the RS more than 1.5. Okay, so this is the meaning of the resolve, means that you don't want to have peak like this. Tak mau kan? So you want to have 4 peaks like this, at least lah. Okay, of course this is not the best drawing. Okay, the illusion of later less volatile, the next 5 analyte, can be speeded up as the temperature increase. Means every analyte in the column have the same chance to be separated well. Okay. This is the meaning of pausing just now. Okay, mula naik, lepas tu pause for a few minutes, and then naik again, ramp, and then naik, and then you can ready for the next cycle. So if you attend the instrument competency subject next semester or coming semester, I don't know when, you will learn on how to set the program temperature. So this is the program temperature. Okay, you inject, and then you ramp, and then you hold, then ramp again, and then hold, and then cool down for ready for next injection. So this is the difference between when you use isothermal and program temperature for the same set of analyte quantity. In this case, it's 20 analyte, because the last one is 20. Okay, so if you see in the isothermal separation, C16, carbon 16, only eluted out at around 28, I guess. Okay, while C16 here is maybe 18 minutes. That is 10 minutes earlier than the isothermal program. 10 minutes in industry means money, you know. So that's why in industry we want everything to be separated in a shortest manner that is possible to give the best peak. Okay, so this is using 140 throughout the separation, while this one is using 50 to 230 with 4 degrees C per minute ramp. So this is another example. Okay, temperature effect if you are using isothermal. Okay, if you are using 75 only, you can see a lot of peaks, even broad peaks, and also it's really long. If you are using 130, which is around 60 degrees C above the first temperature over here, you can get separation less than 5 minutes and a good peak over here. So this is a very efficient peak. The N is very high, and this one N is very low. Okay, because of the width of the peak. Later, for GC slide, I will show you videos on how we can troubleshoot and settle this problem. Okay.